From calorie count to portion sizes, we wanted to find all the differences between McDonald's in the US and Australia. This is Food Wars.
Before we get started, I wanted to introduce our new host, Britt. She is going to be our Food Wars expert down in Australia, and I hope you guys love her as much as I do. She is lovely. In the US, our fries come in 4 sizes: kids, small, medium, and large.
In Australia, our fries come in 3 different sizes: small, medium, and large.
Let's weigh our largest fry.
I am so impressed by this stack, by the way. This is a masterpiece.
Wow. Get a load of that stack of fries. Very impressive. That's it for me. Bye.
What about the iconic Big Mac? Let's weigh it. Some of our burger options come in different sizes to the US. We have a single cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger, and a triple cheeseburger.
Over here, the standard McDonald's cheeseburger only comes in 2 sizes, the single or the double. Our McDonald's drinks come in 4 sizes: extra small, which we could not get, small, medium, and large.
Our drinks in Australia come in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large.
12 fluid ounces is the size of a can of Coke, so it's so wild to me that that is the smallest size of beverage you could get at McDonald's. Let's measure our largest drink. Our largest drink came out to 800 milliliters when we're supposed to be getting 946. That is egregious. That's so unfair.
It's not even 600.
It's not even 600, but what number is it? So our large is coming at 520 milliliters. 650 to 520 is a massive difference. Daylight robbery.
Chicken nuggets in the US come in 5 sizes: a 4-piece, a 6-piece, a 10-piece, a 20-piece, and a 40-piece.
Our chicken nuggets come in 5 sizes. We have a 3-piece, a 6-piece, a 10-piece, a 20-piece, and a 40-piece.
Finally, another country matches us with the 40-piece. It's only taken us 2 years of Food Wars to find one.
Here is everything at an Australian McDonald's you won't find in the US.
Here's everything at a US McDonald's you won't find in Australia.
There are a lot of things over here that you can't find in the States, like these socks. We're gonna break them down into categories and go through them all. I really need to try these socks on because they are amazing. Look at that. Fashion, fun. I'm gonna feel like a criminal with these bad boys. Hamburglar. Starting with the beef burgers, we have a classic Angus, a barbecue bacon Angus, a spicy sticky barbecue Angus. We have a triple cheeseburger, big brekkie burger, which I just couldn't resist and I really needed to try that. And then we have a McFeast, and then we finish off with the double Big Mac. It's massive. I think you taste more meat than the actual sauce with the combination of the meat. I think just a regular Big Mac is probably better because you get more flavor. So if you look at these burgers that we have here, this Angus looks a little bit more premium than the others. I definitely think there's a culture in Australia that really enjoys high quality beef, high quality burgers, which is why these do so well here.
Here are the exclusive burger options. We have a McDouble, my favorite, and then we have 2 quarter pounders with cheese. One just has bacon on it. I think what makes it different than a double cheeseburger is that the double cheeseburger has 2 slices of cheese and no ketchup. Confirm or deny that right here for me. The McDouble also has thinner patties, which I prefer to the thicker ones. Moving on, I do want to try one of the quarter pounders. I'm going for the one with bacon in it because obviously this looks like a perfect little burger. You could be in commercials. It's not good. So this is the quarter pounder deluxe with cheese.
Next, let's take a look at our chicken and fish options we have over here. First, and starting strong, we have a deluxe chicken. It's a grilled chicken with lettuce, tomato, mayo. It's aioli. And moving on, we have our McSpicy. Smells peppery. It's got a bit of a kick, but I wouldn't say that it's, it's the after kick. It gets spicy. Oh my gosh, it's creaming up on me. I actually really like this. Next one is the double McChicken. This is a heavy burger. 2 pieces of chicken on it. You're not missing out on this in America. Thumbs down. While we're talking about chicken, we have a bunch of chicken wraps here in Australia. Starting with the Caesar grilled chicken McWrap. We have a Caesar crispy chicken McWrap. We have an aioli grilled chicken McWrap, another aioli crispy chicken McWrap, and then we have a grilled chicken snack wrap. And we were supposed to have a whole meal, but there's no whole meal wraps available. Let's try the aioli grilled chicken McWrap. That's really good. It's really light. I wouldn't mind having a look at the crispy chicken Caesar wrap. The chicken inside as well looked really good. It's tearing me down. It's better than the other one, the aioli chicken. Burst of flavor in your mouth.
Moving on to our chicken options, we have the Spicy McCrispy, the Spicy McCrispy Deluxe, and the regular McCrispy Deluxe. I think that deluxe in McDonald's terminology just means it has lettuce and tomato on it. So this is the Spicy McCrispy. That is really good, and it's actually so spicy.
And finally, we have the following salad options. Classic chicken salad. And then we also have a Caesar salad. And we have a garden salad that looks really sad. It's quite tragic, actually. A little seasoning for the Caesar salad. I don't really care about a salad.
McDonald's US used to serve salads, but they started disappearing from menus during the pandemic and have not re-emerged. I, for one, do not miss them. I'm not going to McDonald's for a salad. If I wanted a salad, I'd just go to a salad place, you know?
Australians can, of course, enjoy McDonald's iconic Happy Meals, including some things you won't find in America. The grilled chicken snack wrap, grape tomatoes, a Pop-Top, which is an apple juice equivalent. Imagine if you were a kid and you were like, Mum, take me to Macca's, and you drove past and she gave you this. I like the healthy option, but you'd be absolutely devastated. That is punishment. That is awful. And a little toy. Spot it. Classic. Spot what exactly? It's just like, what is this? This is too complicated for me. How would this is really boring. I would hate this if I was a kid. No, give me a Tamagotchi or something. I don't know what do you give kids, like.
Kids in the US are limited to just a hamburger or nuggets plus fries and apple slices. One thing I thought was interesting is that you can't get a soda with the Happy Meal anymore. They only really give you juice options or milk, which is what I have here. Our Happy Meal theme is Crash Bandicoot, which I haven't seen since I was a child. I think I had this game on like Nintendo 64. It's very old, but I think it's like a new mobile game collaboration that they're doing. I do want to see what my toy is. Spyro's memory card game. It's a memory card game. That's not that good. I feel like the toys have really gone downhill since I was a kid. We used to get stuff, like good stuff. Wait, is this a card game or no? What? Oh my God, it's like a little, oh, it's a tin. The cards are in the tin. That's actually kind of cute. This is not gonna satisfy the iPad kids. They're gonna put this in the garbage. So here's our little card game. It is kind of cute that they made the box a little Crash Bandicoot crate. That's fun. That's the Happy Meal in the US.
Here are the exclusive sides from Macca's. We have some McDonald's Land cookies and a Petit strawberry yogurt. We do also have the mozzarella sticks with chili jam. However, they were out of stock of that today. Oh my gosh, this smell reminds me of my childhood. Can I pour this out? I'm gonna pour this. You've got Ronald McDonald's duck with glasses on. I'm sure that's someone. They're hard cookies, but generally in Australia, our cookies are generally quite hard. I don't know why, but they're delicious.
We actually don't have any sides in the US that you can't also find in Australia. The one thing I wish that we had, that Australia has, is those mozzarella sticks. I would devour some mozzarella sticks right now. It's that time. It's sauce talk.
Sauce talk.
We actually don't have very many sauces to talk about. I have ranch, plain mustard, and we're missing a regular packet of honey. I'm not really sure why they have honey as a sauce option. Like, what do you use that for? I guess you could use it on the biscuits. I know what ranch tastes like. I know what mustard tastes like. We don't have to talk about it anymore. Sauce talk is over.
Here are the Aussie exclusive sauces. We have a wasabi flavored mayo, a truffle flavored mayo, aioli sauce, and sweet mustard. All right, let's try it. So this is the aioli. Yum, quite garlicky as well. So this is the sweet mustard. It's just not a bit of meat. But yeah, aioli is like a classic here. Anything with garlic, anything with like a really strong flavor that makes people want to stay far away from you when you speak and breathe, we're onto it.
If you actually manage to wake up in time for breakfast, then you'll find a ton of exclusive breakfast items here in the US. McDonald's actually did do an all-day breakfast menu, which was revolutionary. Lives were changed. And then in March of 2020, they stopped and we went back to breakfast until 11. 11 doesn't sound like that early of a time, but for me, yeah, it is. And in the US, you can obviously get your breakfast sandwich on a variety of vessels, like the biscuit. We also have the McGriddle, which is essentially 2 little pancakes with a bunch of syrup holes. So the syrup is already incorporated into the pancake bun. And whoever thought of this as a sandwich, something special happened, something shifted, because this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen and tasted.
We don't have that here, but I can't say I'm particularly jealous. The idea of having syrupy pancakes as like a bun with meat is just a bit weird. However, I know that you guys rave on about it, so I'd be really, really inclined to try it because I want to know how it would actually taste.
There's also the McMuffin, which is an English muffin. There's also a variety of different proteins that you can get in your breakfast sandwich, like I'm seeing ham, bacon, sausage, and now steak, which was a shock to me. I didn't hear anything about McDonald's adding steak to its breakfast menu, but we got it. Let's start with this steak biscuit. In my brain, when I saw the steak on the menu, I was like, wow, they're doing like little bits of steak? That's actually so impressive. This is a burger patty in a breakfast sandwich form. It doesn't taste bad. This is my favorite McGriddle. It's the bacon, egg, and cheese. All those little dark spots, those are the syrup holes. These are always gonna hit for me. They're good. This is the McMuffin with Canadian bacon, cheese, and egg. The egg on this one is a little different than the rest. It's supposed to be a freshly cracked egg. I wasn't in the room when this was made, so I can't speak on that. But it looks different than the folded egg, obviously. That was a little tough. And lastly, we have the sausage burrito. That's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Moving on to the breakfast meals, these are like bigger portions, there's more stuff involved, it's not just a quick little sandwich. We have the big breakfast. There's the big breakfast with hotcakes, which comes with all of that stuff, plus some hotcakes. There's the hotcakes with a sausage patty, and all of the hotcake meals come with whipped butter and syrup, duh. The hotcakes at McDonald's are they taste kind of fake. Like, they don't taste like real pancakes, but I'm a big fan of them. I don't know, there's something very nostalgic about the hotcakes for me. We also have the fruit and maple oatmeal, which comes with fruit, and I am assuming maple already incorporated into the oatmeal. Let's pour these in. Okay, this actually smells really good. Am I just hungry? It's a good oatmeal. I would order that again. Doesn't taste too sweet, and the parts that are sweet are fruit, so I don't really feel bad eating it.
We only have a couple of exclusive breakfast bites here in Australia. We have the Mighty McMuffin or the Big Brekkie Burger. If you can see, 2 patties, onion, and a hash brown, cheese, egg. I don't think my mouth is gonna open up like wide enough to... All right, I'm slightly intimidated. That is so good. Unreal. I recommend that. So now we have the Mighty McMuffin. It's not a regular McMuffin. It's better than that. It's not as flavorful as this. This is a subtle explosion, not a full earthquake. This is, I don't know what it looks like. I actually really like it.
So here we have all of our McCafe exclusive drinks. First up, we have the iced French vanilla latte, which sounds very good. It's sweet. That is very sweet. They're giving Dunkin' a run for their money. It doesn't taste bad because it's a French vanilla coffee, but that's way too sweet for me. We also have that latte hot. Next, there's the iced French vanilla coffee, which I actually might like this more. Yeah, this one is way better to me. It actually tastes more like coffee and not milk. Next, we have a caramel cappuccino. This is a vanilla cappuccino, and we have the iced caramel macchiato. Let's try the caramel cappuccino. I'm not a huge fan of the taste of this one. We're missing the Americano and the Frap, which I've had before. It is very sweet.
You will find Macca's McCafe items in both the US and Australia, but the offerings are pretty different. So these are our McCafe drinks. We have our long black, which is basically an Americano, better. And we have our English breakfast tea, our Earl Grey tea. We have a green tea, a peppermint tea, a piccolo latte, and a little babyccino.
I'm really jealous of those cute little coffees that you have in Australia. I want that little tiny baby cup.
We have our iced long black, our deluxe creme brulee, which is iced and not here. And we also have our iced chocolate, a coffee frappe, a deluxe caramel iced coffee. We have also a deluxe hazelnut iced coffee. And then last but not least, our vanilla deluxe iced coffee. I really want to try this iced chocolate. That's not going to be good for my stomach, but this is really good. It's like a cocoa powder chocolate flavor. Like, it's not too rich. Teas at Macca's, I don't know anyone that would get a tea. I mean, unless you're like a British expat. I want to try peppermint tea because... Did I put milk in my peppermint tea too? What? Why would you put milk in a herbal tea? Oh, that's putrid. Did you know that McCafe was actually created in Australia, in Melbourne, in 1993? The first cafe was opened in Swanston Street, I'm pretty sure. We pride ourselves in our coffee, especially people in Melbourne. Without Melbourne or Australia, you wouldn't be having McCafe, so thank you. I will take all the glory. This is our McCafe food. We have a barbecue bacon and cheese toastie, which we don't have here. We have a ham and cheese toastie. We have a cheese and tomato toastie. We have a cheesy toastie, banana bread with blueberries. We really like banana bread here. And then just your plain banana bread. We usually stock raisin toast with butter, but they were out of stock with that today. We have our double chocolate muffin, an apple crumble muffin. We also have a chocolate donut. And because we like to keep it a little bit fancy, we have a chocolate macaron and we also have a salted caramel macaron. Australians, we really love our caramel. Salted caramel, normal caramel, we have it with everything. That's a really nice salted caramel. Good job, Macca's.
Another thing we're missing here in the US McCafe is the food. Those are all gone from the menu, and we have a theory. We have a theory that it's because they're opening up their new Cosmix restaurant, which is, I guess, a McCafe turned into a restaurant. It's gonna be like bakery items and coffees and just that.
If you want to end your Macca's meal with a sweet treat, we have some exclusive dessert options for you. Starting off with a Milo McFlurry. There was supposed to be a Malteser, but they were all out of them. So we got the better option, which is Milo. If you don't know what Milo is an Australian like classic. You can put it in your drinks. You can put it in on ice cream. It's just a chocolate powder that is so good. We didn't have a raspberry and custard pie. They were sold out of that as well. We have a strawberry sundae, a caramel sundae, and then we have a Cadbury flake soft serve. Oh my gosh. The flake has been consumed by the ice cream. You can't even see the flake anymore. RIP. We have our frozen Fanta raspberry, frozen Fanta blueberry, frozen Fanta mango, and our frozen Fanta grape. I really want to try this Milo McFlurry. Literally what my dreams have been made of. This is unreal. This is so yum.
Our only exclusive dessert option is the chocolate chip cookies, which I think in the realm of fast food cookies, this is definitely at the top because they stay soft and they're actually pretty good. A perfectly fine chocolate chip cookie.
Outside of McCafe drinks, we have a couple of exclusive soft drinks here in Australia. We have a vanilla Coke, we have a Coke Zero, and sparkling water. While it's technically not an exclusive, it's also worth noting that in Australia, we call our milkshakes thick shakes. The reason why we call our milkshakes thick shakes is because a milkshake is different in Australia. So a milkshake is literally just a sweetened milk. So if you were to get a strawberry milkshake, it would just be a really thin strawberry tasting milk. With a thick shake, it's a thicker consistency.
In front of me though, I have the sweet tea, the orange high C, and the 2 milk options that they offer, which is regular and a chocolate milk. Do not be fooled by this very naturally occurring color. It is not real fruit juice. High C is something entirely its own thing.
Australians love McDonald's, or it's more commonly known here as Macca's. The nickname is so popular that McDonald's has actually leaned into it and formally embraced it. It's always called Macca's. That being said though, it can get confusing as Macca can also refer to anyone with a surname that starts with MC or Mac, M-A-C. So McDonald's equals Macca's. But Paul McCartney, for an example, is also called Macca. So the context is really crucial here. McDonald's has the second highest number of stores of any fast food chain in Australia, ranking just below Subway. That number stands to rise too, with reports saying that McDonald's is planning to spend $1 billion Australian opening and renovating stores in the coming years. Anecdotally, I think Macca's is way more popular than Subway, just because it's convenient, and I think everyone always craves like a burger, and I feel like the idea of Subway isn't as appealing as McDonald's is.
There are over 13,000 locations here in the US, so I think it's fair to say that Americans love their McDonald's. You can't go like a few miles without seeing golden arches. They are absolutely everywhere. I don't know a single person who's never tried it. I don't think America has a national dish, but if we did, I'd feel like it would be a burger, fries, a milkshake, and or a soda. Like, that's so American in my brain, and that's why McDonald's in itself feels like such an American food chain.
McDonald's Australia has tried to adapt its menu to local tastes over the years. One of the examples was that of the recent potato scallop controversy. Yes, I know, it sounds bizarre. What is a potato scallop? So many questions. But in January of 2023, Macca's announced a new menu item, and it was called a potato scallop with chicken salt. So this sparked an online debate as the states of Victoria and Tasmania refer to this as a potato cake, whereas other areas call it a potato fritter. Some claim that the name is an insult to potato cakes. To be honest, I don't care, but so many Australians do, and it is like institutionalized in them that they need to care about what a potato cake is actually called. Basically, if you also don't know what a potato cake is, it's literally just like a deep fried potato with chicken salt on top of it. And chicken salt is also an Australian classic. It's sadly not on the menu anymore, so at least that debate can be put on hold for now.
In America, I would say that McDonald's is pretty much exactly the same everywhere. I don't think that they adapt to local tastes to that degree, but they do vary from country to country.
So, for you Americans, I have some hot tea to share with you. So basically, somebody said our Prime Minister had shit his pants at Engadine McDonald's in 1997 after a football grand final. It was such a popular response. Like, so many people kept on like trolling him online, like on Twitter, and just being like, Scott Morrison, did you actually shit your pants? And he would ignore it, but eventually he went to an event. I think it may have been a charity event, and he had to address it, but he left us in the lurch, basically still saying he can't confirm nor deny if he shat his pants at McDonald's in 1997. We need some closure, Scott Morrison. If you're listening to this, just tell us the truth. The people have a right to know this information.
We can't talk about McDonald's and not mention the McDonald's cast of characters. Grimace just had his birthday, in which we got a celebratory Grimace shake. It was okay. But there's others like Ronald McDonald, which I feel like as a kid, he was such a big deal. Nowadays, McDonald's doesn't really push their characters the way that they used to. After a little bit of digging, we found out that McDonald's kind of took Ronald out of the spotlight a bit after the 2016 clown scare. Do you guys remember this? People were dressing up like clowns to try to terrify people with like weapons and stuff. It was like a whole issue. People were just doing it to scare people, and they said, Ronald, unfortunately, we're gonna have to sit you out for the rest of your life. He's still on the cake though. He's still on the sheet cake, so I think that counts for something. Oh, the sheet cake we didn't get. By the way, McDonald's has a sheet cake that you can ask for. They did try to phase the characters back in 2022 with the adult Happy Meal, which featured all of the old characters, but I don't know if they're taking off as much as they did in the 90s.
A Big Mac in the US costs 13.8% more. But if you go with a medium, you'll be paying around 0.6% less in the US. And a large Big Mac meal is 2.8% less in the US. Here's the nutrition of our Australian Big Mac.
Here's the nutrition breakdown of a US Big Mac. We have more calories, fat, carbs, sugar, and sodium, but less protein. Interesting.
Our medium fries has 297 calories.
Our fries have more calories and more carbs, yet less sodium and less sugar. That's actually a big shocker that we have less sodium, because every time I've gotten McDonald's fries, they are like perfectly salty or overly salty.
Our medium Coke is 136 calories.
Our medium Coke has more calories, but also the cup is bigger.
So the total meal is 997 calories.
And the US total is 1,120 calories. That's a 12.3% increase in the US.
Here are the ingredients of an Australian Big Mac. A key distinction between the beef in Australia and the US is the majority of cattle in our country is grass-fed, while in the US, beef is mostly grain-fed. Grain-fed tends to have a bit more of a uniform taste and texture, whereas grass-fed is heavily influenced by seasonal and regional factors, resulting in a diverse range of complex flavors and textures. Additionally, the high concentration of beta-carotene in grass contributes to a more pronounced taste in the fat found in grass-fed beef. The taste can be quite different, and Australians take pride in their meat.
A US Big Mac contains all of this. A few things to note: the pickle slices contain alum, which is used to dissolve steel, and polysorbate 80, which has been linked to colon cancer. This means we can cue the dancing mice. Caramel color is on California's list of chemicals that may cause cancer or reproductive toxicity. One thing we want to note is the quality of the US Big Mac and McDonald's burgers in general. In November, McDonald's revamped how it cooks and prepares its burgers, including the Big Mac. They've added more sauce, upgraded to a buttery brioche bun, the cheese is more melty, and the vegetables are fresher. There actually aren't very many vegetables in this burger, but the lettuce doesn't look wilted, like it looks like fresh lettuce.
These are the ingredients in our fries, which are vegan friendly. Woo!
Here's everything that's in the McDonald's fries. In the US, they are not vegan friendly because there is a beef flavoring added in. Whatever they're doing, I'm sorry, it's working. These fries are good.
And in Australia, our Coke is actually made out of real sugar.
Whereas the US Coke contains high fructose corn syrup. I'm gonna eat you.
Scott Morrison, don't defame me, I'm just reading what people have said.
I'm gonna take a bite at this table.
That's a lot more inviting. That looks like a demon burger that I'm not ready to eat right this second.